let's do this example. The cost of hiring a surfboard involves an upfront fee plus an hourly rate. Okay, the key information there is there's going to be an upfront fee. So that means at the beginning or at the start, you've already got to pay something. And then after that, you got to pay per hour. 3 hours of hire costs $50 and 7 hours cost $90. Sketch a graph of cost for T hours of hire using the information above. Okay, now that might look a little bit tricky, but for now, what I would like, or what I would do, is I would first plot my numbers here for now. So my X and Y axis, I will plot my numbers. Now I can see in the information given to me that it goes up to there's 3 hours and then there's 7 hours. Okay, so I want to make sure that my graph goes all the way up to 7. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and on the x-axis, the reason why I've put hours is generally you'll find that on the x-axis you'll have the time, or you might have what else? What other examples are there? It could be like yeah, we'll just stick to that, time. Okay, for this this scenario, but generally you'll have time, T for time in hours. Okay, and on the y-axis, okay, you'll have the cost. And this is in dollars, and it goes up to 90, so I might go up by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, yep, okay. So let's go to, no. Yeah, alright, we'll just go up by 10s for this one. 10, 20, 30. Okay, so let's plot these points. Now you might be thinking, sir, where are the coordinates? How do I plot this? There's no rule. Well, if you read the information, it actually gives you all the info you need to plot the coordinates. Okay, because there are coordinates here, if you think about it. So for the first coordinate, it's 3 hours will cost $50. So that means the first coordinate is 3 hours, X. 50 is the Y. There's your first coordinate, 350. Okay, and then your second coordinate there is going to be 7 hours, costs 90. So that means your second lot is going to be 790. So that means this is your other X, this is your other Y. Okay, if you wanted to, you could even label it X1, Y1, X2, Y2 for now. But there's your two coordinates, 350 and then 790. So let's plot that. 350, so 3 and then 50 will be up here. And then the other coordinate is 790. So 7 and then all the way up to 90. There you go, nice and easy. Now all you got to do is draw the line, which Todio is hopeless at doing. It should be there. Okay, that looks straight enough. But guys, whenever you draw a line, make sure that it crosses your coordinates. Okay, it's really hard to do it on this though, but there's my graph. Okay, there's my line, easy. Alright, now the next part here is find the rule linking C in terms of T hours. Okay, find the rule in terms of linking C in terms of T hours. So, obviously this is saying find the rule of Y equals mx plus C. Okay, that's what you want to find. Change M. Don't get confused with these though. Okay, because what you're finding here is this. What is the gradient? What is the y-intercept? Okay, now in terms of C and T hours, what that's saying is, again, look at your graph. Okay, on your y-axis, what's the variable there? It's cost. On the x-axis, what's the variable there? Time. So that means your x and y here, you've got to just change it to whatever variables that were put there. Alright, so that means I'm going to change x and y, okay, to whatever my x and y are in terms of these axes. So for x, my x is going to now be called t. Okay, I might use another color for that. Is going to be called t, and for my y-axis it's cost, so that'll be c. Does not change, by the way, what you're looking for. So you're still looking for the gradient and the y-intercept. Okay, so that means in my formula, these are the two things that I'm looking for. Okay, it doesn't actually change anything. I'm just looking for the gradient and the y-intercept. Okay, so again, similar process as to what we've been doing here. Okay, just find the gradient and the y-intercept. So in this case, I've already got my two coordinates. If you look back In the previous part, there's my two coordinates. Let's just use that. So you've got 350 and then 790 as your two coordinates. Remember, I made this x1, this is my y1, x2, y2. Okay, remember your formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, and then just substitute these into the formula. So y2 is 90, y1 is 50, x2 is 7, x1 is 3. So working that out, 90 minus 50 is 40, 7 minus 3 is 4. So that means your gradient, or your m, is equal to 10. That means my gradient here is 10. Okay, now in terms of the y-intercept, if you drew your line properly, we can see that the y-intercept there is 20. But that's not always reliable. Okay, so let's actually take this approach that we've used previously, okay, of just using the formula so far and then substituting one of the points in there. Okay, so using the formula that I have so far, I know that the formula looks like this. So actually, let's use the proper letters that we've used. So it's going to be C equals, I think it was 10t, and then plus y-intercept, which I don't know what it is yet. Okay. Now in this case, my formula, I just use one of my points here. I might use 350. So my coordinates 350. Remember, this is xy, but in the context of this question, this is t and this is c. Okay, because again, look at the axes. X, y, x, we now use time. And for our y-axis, we use cost. Okay, for my y-axis there, we use cost. So xy, so in this case, for this formula, c is 50, so we've got 50 equals 10 times t, which is 3, so 10 times 3 plus c. And now we solve for the y-intercept there. 50 equals 10 by 3 is 30 plus c. And then again, moving that 30 because you want to isolate the c, it becomes 50 minus 30 equals c. So therefore c must equal 20. So in my formula, my final formula, my y-intercept is a positive 20. Plus 20. Okay. So last part there. I know this has taken a bit longer than expected, but last part here now, state the cost per hour and then state the upfront fee. So my formula, remember, is this: C equals 10t plus 20. That's confusing. 10t plus 20. Now, again, remember that in the context of the question, what does the gradient represent and what does the y-intercept represent? Okay, your gradient is kind of like your common difference. Okay, now if you think about that with this question, state the cost per hour. That means every hour, the common difference, okay, you're going to add $10. So that means the cost per hour, okay, is $10, which is the gradient. pH is $10. Okay, that's the cost per hour is $10. All right, part 2. State the upfront fee. So remember, the upfront fee is the y-intercept, okay? And if you think about the upfront fee, it's the start. How much do you have to pay at the beginning, okay, or the starting term? In this case, the upfront fee slash the y-intercept is $20. Okay, so cost per hour is the same as the gradient. Okay, and then the upfront fee is the y-intercept. Okay, and that's basically it for this lesson and basically for all of linear. So all you have to do now, guys, final chapter of work that you need to do is chapter 1G. Okay, so questions are there in your checklist. 1G. Thank you.